I had a 30-year career in big business, very, very successful. And for the most part, I was miserable. I had a great deal of success, but I was always in these corporate environments. I always had someone telling me what to do. And, you know, I am a type 8 on the Enneagram, which is someone who is really likes autonomy. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. You know, I had that in me, but I played it safe. I was successful playing it safe. But I was never in my sweet spot. It never felt great, you know? And so I had a beautiful opportunity in 2018 and I took it, I chucked it all. And I walked away from, I was a general partner at Edward Jones. I was in a big role, you know, and I just, money's not everything. And I literally just walked away and I went to school to be a coach. And that's what I did. I finally put my shingle up and became a leadership trainer and personal and business coach. And I've never been happier, never been in a better spot. And so, you know, when I'm coaching my clients and training, I have a lot of been there, done that. You know, I come from a really practical and personal experience. And I think I really enjoy being able to work with my clients from that perspective. Culture defines for a lot of people what success looks like. And, you know, if people could just step back and really look at the opportunities in the world, there are a lot of ways to make money, right? There's endless opportunities in our world now, especially with the virtual and, you know, all the things that are possible with technology. And all we have to do is be willing to think about it differently, right? It's no longer success is moving up on that hierarchical org chart, you know, into this next box that's higher than the last one. But I think historically, that's how a lot of people are, you know, were raised to think about it, right? That's success, moving up. And that's not really success. Because we're people, we're human beings. And you can't, so let's just take a business topic. If somebody says, I need to have improved conflict management skills, right? Or I need more, I need more executive communication. Well, all of those things to improve those skills come back to certain traits and characteristics that you as a person have. Right, you know, you may be somebody who doesn't like details and you need to communicate more details. It's all about, you know, learning about yourself, learning about your person in order to affect those skills. So that's you know, in terms of the personal and understanding who you are. And the other aspect is just personal and career. Again, it all goes hand in hand, especially nowadays. Our jobs don't turn off after 5, you know, it's like it's always. And if you had an argument with your wife or you're in a bad situation, right, for any reason, it's going to affect what's going on in your career. It just is. You can't separate them. So to me, the whole person is the only way to coach, because it all goes hand in hand. You can't work on one thing without working on the other. Oftentimes, somebody will come, I work more with kind of high potentials, not people that are just struggling. So people will be like, I just landed a VP job, you know, and I want to figure out how to step into this role, right, and define my style. So people will come to me with I need to figure out how I want to show up, right? Show up in the world as a leader. And then I also get a lot of women. I get a lot of women that come that start off with the balance thing. Like they feel out of balance between career and family. And how do I feel like I'm doing everything bad, right? Because I'm juggling so much. It really is about kind of getting comfortable in their own skin, right? And even understanding themselves so that they're not, just following along with what people are telling them, right? But to truly then have that confidence to lead and to bring their unique gifts to the table, right? And that it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when people, really start to do that work and they learn and discover about themselves and they do gain that confidence and it strengthens. I have a hard time separating business and personal. So it all blends together. You can't separate those two things, it goes hand in hand. You gotta strengthen and develop as a person and that'll help your business. Right? Just the way it works. I believe in my heart, we're all just uniquely made. We're uniquely made. We were brought onto the planet with a certain set of gifts and natural inclinations. And quite frankly, most of us go through life not really knowing what those are. We often put ourselves, we do what culture tells us to do, right? We progress in our career based on what looks like success to the world. And, I learned, maybe I learned the hard way, I don't know, but, the more that someone can truly understand who they really are, what makes them tick, natural gifts, natural strengths, and really learn to follow them, lead with their strengths and put themselves in the sweet spot, you can live and lead in an authentic way. And all leaders aren't the same, right? And all, you bring something unique. So don't try to be something you're not. When people are able to get comfortable with themselves, like I said, comfortable in their own skin, right? And take themselves off of autopilot and start living intentionally. It's just powerful. Everything we do in life's a choice. It really is a choice. We think sometimes it's not a choice, but it is a choice, right? And so each and every day we get to wake up and choose how we're going to live that day. We just do, right? And the reality in our crazy world with, all the social media and all the insanity and all the cultural norms that we already kind of talked about, and then layer in families and kid responsibilities and all these things, right? We are on autopilot. We're just on what's the gerbil wheel, right? That people live on. And of course we're unhappy, right? How do you live on a gerbil wheel and feel peace and joy, right? There's a tool, the values-based tool. I use it almost with every single one of my clients. And I use it especially when people are feeling like they're out of balance and not aligned. Yeah. Because I believe that everybody's values different things. So first of all, you got to know what it is that you're valuing, right? And if you're spending your time and you're allocating your days not aligned to those value set, then of course you're going to feel out of balance. So everybody's balance looks differently, but the key is that your time is being allocated and spent in alignment with what you value. And if you can live your life in that alignment, you get peace and joy. Just being able to work one-on-one and get to know people and to share, right? To listen and to see how different people really are, right? The opportunity as a coach to meet all different kinds of people and to experience, honestly, that intimacy, right, of a trusting relationship that, people can begin to really share and explore things in a very safe way. Yeah, that's what I love. That's why I love doing what I'm doing now. Going back to my 30-year business career, I never followed the norm. I'm a bit of a rebel at times. And I did it my way. It always wasn't comfortable because I was in technology and finance, which was quite honestly a man's world. Back then, I was really one of the only females in the, in the ranks at all. But I tried to bring that servant leadership, service to others, right? I believe that leadership is about supporting. You're at the bottom of the org chart, not at the top, right? You're there to support everyone and enable them to be successful. And by doing that, you can be successful, right? And so the opportunity then to become a coach just exponentially gave me that opportunity to, really give back and to serve people. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful opportunity to do that, right? One-on-one, being able to get to know and to support someone, to build a trusting relationship and to help them discover themselves and to, actually make changes in their life that will last them forever is like, woo, what gets better than that?